Welcome to 3D Amazon FBA. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about an epic fail at Walmart for some secret clearance that I experienced yesterday. It was a total bummer. But before I get into it, I'm going to ask you guys to like and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. Need about another 92 subscribers to monetize the channel. So make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Help me get viewed with the algorithm and all that good stuff. So yesterday I was out sourcing at Walmart with my kids, and like I've done in other videos, the price of groceries gone up, and they do a spring reset where they get rid of some grocery items, bring in more grocery items, and I was able to find a few new replens, which is great to help with the stuff that I just lost selling. So I'm going through Walmart, and at this specific Walmart, they have the best clearance video games. I don't find them all the time, but usually when I do find them, I find a bunch of clearance video games. So, I watch like Big Sexy and stuff like that here on YouTube, and I see people buying like 3-cent secret clearance stuff all the time. So I'm going through the video games. I found at least a dozen video games for 3 cents, and I was super pumped. And a cashier comes over and she's like, "Oh, all those games, they're on recall." I got the email this morning, and I took it kind of with a grain of salt because maybe she knew that there was 3-cent video games. She saw me grabbing a bunch, and maybe she wanted to get them for herself. People will do that. So I go to pay for it up at the register, and sure enough, they weren't in the system anymore, and they weren't allowed to sell them to me, so they were on recall, apparently. So I was unable to buy these games. I spent probably a good 30-40 minutes. I went through all the video games, and they had some really good ones too. I mean, you guys might want to go look at the store yourself to see if maybe you can get luckier than me. But they have like Shadow of Colossus, Civilization 6. They had Destiny, like the Legendary Edition, or Destiny 2 with all the expansions and all that stuff. Dishonored. And that one, Dishonored and Destiny sell for like $10, but it still would have been like a $3-4 profit. The other ones were selling for like $20 or so. Let me think. There was FIFA 2020. I think there was more. There's a couple of kids games I never heard of, but I lost probably about $100 profit by them not being in the system anymore and me not being allowed to buy them, which was a pretty big bummer. And it was frustrating. I don't make a big deal with customers. I spent almost 20 years working in retail. I was a manager at Lowe's for like 8 years. So I get it, things are out of the employees' hands. The thing I don't understand, and that was frustrating, is, when I was a manager at Lowe's, it was always like top priority. If something was on recall for any reason, like I was a department manager, my world stopped, or my employees' world stopped until we pulled all this product off the shelf, because we don't want to, upset our customers. Our customer service is the number one thing you can do for your company and for your store and for your location. You want your community to have a good reputation with you, or you want a good reputation with your community, and you want people that want to keep coming back. And when stuff like this happens, it kind of frustrates people. They don't really want to go back because it's kind of dirty to have recalled products on the shelf, and the customer wants it for whatever, even if it's not video games in this case. If it's anything, people get happy that they're buying whatever, and it's a disappointment not being allowed to buy stuff on the shelf. And I've ran into stuff like this before. Like I've had Target put out Funko Pops early, and they wouldn't let me sell them. And this stuff doesn't even make sense to me, having all this experience in retail. This stuff never happened in my departments. Like, I don't understand why things like this are allowed to happen, especially when customers think they're buying a video game for like 3 cents, and you come to find out, that's a pretty big bummer. But, it is what it is. I didn't make a big deal. I told the cashier, the lady at the department says she thinks these might have been on recall, but she wasn't sure. And I wanted the games, and I just let it go. I didn't call a manager or anything like that over, because I shop at these stores all the time, and it's more important to me to have a good reputation and not be a jerk than to this $100, you know, because you never know if you have like something that you need or whatever. You have to have that good relationship with people you do business with, and I do lots of business at Walmart. On the days I go out sourcing, I easily spend $1,000 every single time at Walmart between the stores I go to. So you know, I just kind of let it go. But it was pretty much a very frustrating experience, you know, especially since I spent all that time, and you know, my kids were there helping me helping me find the games, because like, oh, you know, see if you find any more of this game, and they were looking. So it was disappointing, but it is what it is. You know, haven't caught a good break in the last couple weeks, so I was hoping that was going to be it. But today's a new day, and now I need to quit making this video. It's time to go sourcing. So make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.